morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to another daily crypto tech review of EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP with a glance at Bitcoin. It's Friday, the 12th of June. Jumping straight in to look at EOS and the hourly candlesticks. After yesterday's particularly bearish day, we're going to need to see EOS move through the pivot at 257.40 to support a rebound and a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 272.27. Going to need support from the broader market, however, for EOS to break back through to 270 levels. Barring that broad-based crypto rebound, resistance at 260 could pin EOS back. Failure to break through the pivot at 257.40 would bring that first major support level that sits at 237.05 into play. Barring another crypto sell-off, we should see EOS avoid sub 230s and the second major support level sitting at 222.16. Moving across to the daily candlesticks and the upward trend that we've seen, yesterday's sell-off certainly tests the upward momentum. We need to see EOS avoid sub 225s to prevent a reversal of this upward momentum. A move back through the first major resistance level and a top out through to 290 levels would support a breakthrough this key resistance level at 311s to support this upward momentum and maintain the near-term bearish trend. Jumping across to Ethereum against the dollar and the hourly candlestick, it's been a choppy start to the day. We've seen Ethereum bounce back, however, from an early low. Going to need to see a move through the pivot at 235. However, to support a run at this first major resistance level at 245.21. Going to need support from the broader markets for Ethereum to break back through to 240, however. Barring a broad-based crypto rebound, resistance at 240 will probably pin Ethereum back on the day. Failure to move through the pivot would bring this first major support level sitting at 220.15 into play. Barring an extended crypto meltdown, however, we should see Ethereum avoid sub 220s and the second major support level sitting at 210.14. Looking at the daily candlestick, yesterday's sell-off certainly tests the near-term bullish trend, with Ethereum failing to break out from 250 levels. A move back through to 245s and the first major resistance level would bring this key resistance level up through 252s into play. Support from the broader market is going to be needed, however, and then we're going to need to see Ethereum break through the 23.6% fib at 257 to maintain this near-term bullish trend. A pullback through the first major resistance level of the day could bring sub 200s into play and this key support level that would then bring in a near-term bearish trend and a reversal of what we've seen since mid-March. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the dollar. Mixed start to the day again, bounce back from an early low. We're going to need to see Ripple break through the pivot at 1920 to bring the first major resistance level at 0.2 into play. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ripple to break out from 1950 levels. Failure to break through the pivot would bring that first major support level at 0.18 into play. Barring a crypto sell-off similar to what we saw yesterday, we should see Ripple avoid the second major support level sitting at 17.21. Moving across to the daily candlestick, Ripple's under pressure here. We're seeing this key support level at sub 18s come into play if Ripple falls back through the first major support level later in the day. A move back through the pivot and into 0.20 levels would support a break back through to 21s and bring this key resistance level at 23.50s into play. We saw yesterday's breakdown test the markets, and again we're at a key level here for Ripple, and this first major support level of the day at 1800 is key for Ripple and the bulls. Moving across to Bitcoin, we saw Bitcoin break down at 9,900, which is our key level of the day. We're going to need to move through the pivot. So 9,700 levels are going to be key on the day. That would deliver support for the broader market and then support this upward momentum. A pullback through to sub 9,000 levels and the 23.6% fib at 8,900 could bring a bearish trend into play that would weigh on the broader market near term.